A word in season to the weary. Daily meditations from the ministry of Brother BHAKTH, HEBRON, Hyderabad, India. Today's portion, 19th of May. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. Jehoshaphat was in the net of Ahab, yet he said, Inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the Lord today. 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 4. It had been his custom always to inquire at the prophets of God before undertaking anything of real importance. Ahab was prepared for this matter also. He knew that Jehoshaphat honored the prophets of God, so had kept 400 false prophets ready for consultation. Thus, when Jehoshaphat asked for one prophet, Ahab produced 400. Ahab wanted to create the impression that he too was a God-fearing man. But alas, without any exception, all the 400 prophets were spiritually blind. They all said to Ahab, Go to the battle, and you will surely win. Go up, the Lord is with thee. They were not concerned about the safety of the kings. They thought in their hearts, if these kings die in the battle, let them die. What is that to us? There are many preachers who are like these false prophets. They do not care to give God's message faithfully. They find out what kind of message the people like to hear and they give such messages. Their only desire is to enjoy great popularity. However, Jehoshaphat was a man of prayer, and he sensed there was something wrong with these 400 prophets. In the same way, those who are spiritual can sense whether or not a preacher is a man of God. As Jehoshaphat heard these prophecies, he said to himself, I do not think they are true prophets. So he asked, Is there no other prophet there beside these? Then Micaiah was called. Ahab knew what Micaiah would say this time also. So he told the messenger, You go to Micaiah, whisper in his ear, and tell him what the 400 prophets have said, and ask him to say the same thing. Even today, in many places, someone will call the preachers aside before he goes to preach, and tell him what to preach and what not to preach. And he will face the consequences if he does not heed to the advice. Sooner or later, you who are servants of God will face similar situations. Unless you watch your steps carefully, you also are likely to fall. That is why this word of warning is being brought to you so solemnly. Micaiah was a faithful servant of God, and he gave God's message very truthfully. You can see this in verses 16 to 22. To make his message perfectly plain, Micaiah declared that the Lord had to put a lying spirit in the mouth of the 400 false prophets. He fulfilled his ministry very faithfully and boldly. May God bless you